Well, here I am again, man, with episode 2. This show just keeps getting more phenomenal. I kid you not. And don't worry, for the ones I posted comment about Go Buster, I am going to get to it, but let me first do this blog. Uh, I know a lot of y'all said the story picked up right after I left, since I left the episode 2 on Go Buster, about entering the base and whatnot, but I'll give Go Buster a chance again. Now on the Akibaranger. So, yeah, when the girl's ears fell off when she was cosplaying, she sounded like a dude. Wasn't that like a what the fuck moment? Like, oh, did she just man? And this is a real recap. You know, recap basically tells you the important parts of the episode, not the full episode, but just the important parts. You know, not what characters are saying. However, speaking of what characters are saying, it was cool to see Deca Red. Deca Red was in this episode, the real actor who played by in this episode. Uh, hey, but did y'all hear him say Power Rangers SPD? If on the beginning, when you first after the Keeper Red has his little delusional illusion or whatever. Remember when the camera panned to Deca Red and his security guard, and then Deca Red wanted to know who Keeper Red was. It sounded like he said Power Rangers SPD. You know, Power Ranger SPD. I was like, what? Did he say what I think he said? Nah. But then again, you know, Deca did use the SPD Battleizer on the Magi Ranger versus Deca Ranger team up, so he probably did say it. I watched it raw, so when I see the subs, you know. And I also found out, thanks to you guys, that the show is actually going to be 13 episodes long. So they're going to take that Marvel anime approach. Well, Marvel anime was like 11 episodes. So they just added 2 more. Since this is an otaku themed Sentai, even though it's not an official Sentai, it's still themed as though as an anime or manga. And so they taken that approach with only a few episodes, and I believe they are 13. Now, I think this monster was made for the fanboys and fangirls if they're into girls like I am. Are any of y'all into girls like I am? I'm sorry, that was the Drake line from Cash Money, Young Money. Anyways, yeah, the monster was making people naked. My favorite part, you know, I don't swing that way. My favorite part was when he made the villain naked. You know, the girl who's the villain. When he made her naked, I was like, man. I thought he was gonna turn Akiba yellow and Akiba blue naked. That would have been cool too. You know, y'all look at that. Yeah, that would have been cool too. But yeah, it kind of did answer some of the fanboy questions. You know, when he was spanking Akiba Blue's ass and touching their titties and doing all kind of stuff that wouldn't happen on the original Sentai, which is why it's an adult themed Sentai, and I see why. But hey, it was just a fantasy, bro. It was, you know. Also, this episode made the debut of their Zord type thing, the car. I don't really consider it a mecha or a Zord. It was more like a transformer, you know. But to each his own. So that's my little basic recap. It was still cool to see Deca Red team up with Akiba Red for a little nanosecond or so. But that's something Gokaiger could have done. Remember when I said about the Gokaiger's pros and cons, how they could have had more than just the Ninja Rangers and the Hurricanegers team up. They could have had, you know, some of the other Rangers get their powers back. But hey, you know, what's done is done. You know, Gokaiger's done. It's still one of my favorite Sentais. I can't cry over spilled milk. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all subscribe. Episode 3 next week. I'm going to watch some more Go Buster from 3 till whatever episode they're at now. Dislike, like it, comment, follow me on Twitter, Facebook. You guys know the deal. Deuces.